Live from Hollywood, California, VJ Vernon Husky, the Big Vanilla Funnies, Unsportsmanlike Conduct.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Hit ya, back split ya, fuck fist fight. Case to your face, make the shell muffle. Shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. Fuck a tussle, nickel plated. Sprinkle coke on the floor, make it drug related. Most hated.
Can't fade it. While y'all punk Willie, I run up and stunt silly. Scared so you sent your little mans to come kill me. But on the contrary, I packs the Mac Millie, squeezed off on him, left the paramedics breathing soft on him. What's your name?
Who shot your mouth ties like Sinatra? Peruvians trying to do me in.
And iHeartRadio. I am your host as always, VJ Vernon Husky, the Big Vanilla Funny, the Big Vanilla Shack, Mr. 8515, the Big Vanilla Color Card, the Creamy Kobe, the Blue Eye Barkley, VA's Top Talker, and Mr. Never Shut Up. Don't forget about the color card, because I got a deck of them shits, and sometimes in life, they just got to be dealt out, and when they do, I am your Vegas color card dealer, man. Great show for you guys lined up. I want to thank everybody already. My man, the blessed one, is already our young lady. I'm not sure if it's a man or a young lady, but I'll wave at you on my IG. Thanks for tuning in. I don't get a chance to talk a lot of NBA, and that's because the regular season is pretty much just a cakewalk for certain teams. We already pretty much know who's going to be in the finals with a lot of these teams. I got the call lines open, wide open today. Anybody that wants to jump in and that wants to talk live, you dial in 860-614-8257. Or if you want to jump in on my IG, just ask to be joined into the live. I will join you in on the live, and we will talk some NBA today. But I want to start my show and start the opening rant with sometimes things aren't always what they seem. A lot of times in life, people love to say stuff like perception is reality. I'm not always sure if perception is always reality. I think a lot of times our perception is just with the way that we have fixed things in our own minds, and we want to try to make it reality and try to make it become reality, but at the end of the day, it's not. And if I have to step away from the camera on my YouTube and on my IG, it's just to go get my son. As you guys can see, I'll show you guys, I got the baby monitor. I'm in full daddy mode. See, he back there moving around already. So he hears my voice. So I know when he hears my voice, he starts to move around. If he starts to move around a little much, I got to go get him. I will continue to talk while I'm on radio. But if you're watching on YouTube and on my IG, if I have to step away, I will be back. I have to just go grab my son because I'm here watching him this morning. But anyway, sometimes perception is reality, and I'm not sure if that's always true, because I think a lot of times when you think about the perception of life, I think that's just something that's psychologically made up in your mind, and you see things how you see things. May not always be reality. Just because a woman has a fans-only page doesn't mean that she's selling ass. Just because a dude rocks some Timbos, some dark jeans, a white tee, and a New York fitted doesn't mean that he's a thug. Just because you see somebody with a face tattoo doesn't mean that they're unhireable. Doesn't mean these things. These are societal lies that we've been told. And societal lies that we live with, and things that we agree to, and that we've been brainwashed to say, okay, well, this is what it is. Tattoos is a big one, right? If somebody's got a lot of tattoos, they're unhireable. Somebody's got a lot of tattoos, that's a bad thing. Oh, okay, Miss the blessed one, she says, I am a female. Well, thank you, sweetheart, for joining in. I appreciate you. And Miss Elena, if I'm saying that correct, thank you for joining in too. I've already waved at you. Thank you for joining in VJ's Unsportsmanlike Conduct live on IG, YouTube, Spreaker.com, and iHeartRadio. So you think about perception, it's not always what you see. I know I love to live by don't fail the eye test, but your eyes have to tell you more than just what you see. Your eyes have to also tell you the actions of what you see, not just what you see. They also have to tell you the actions of what you see. Just because a young lady wears a sexy, revealing outfit doesn't make her a hoe. But if she goes out and acts like a hoe with the sexy, revealing outfit on, and she continues to do hoe-type tendencies, then she might be. Just because you see a guy's dressed a certain way doesn't make him a thug. But if he goes out and your eyes show you that he does thug activities and he continues to act like a thug, then he may be a thug. In sports, perception is also reality and not. Giannis from the Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis Antetokounmpo, yesterday signed up with the Supermax deal, 5 years, $228 million to stay in Milwaukee, a small market team, to be loyal to the team that drafted him, to not rip and run the AAU circuit like NBA, like certain players do, and like LeBron James has started in this league. And I've said it a long time before. Everybody knows this is my GOAT. You guys see the shirt I'm wearing. You guys already know how I gets down. Y'all already know how I gets down, so this part I'm going to say is not a surprise to anybody. If you follow me and you listen to me enough. I understand that there's free agency. I understand that there's so-called player empowerment, but we only like player empowerment when it comes to the player that we like. We're pissed at James Harden because James Harden wants out of Houston, but the minute LeBron James wants to trade 5 guys and wants to only sign a 1 or 2 year deal and control everything and play GM, if you're a LeBron James fan, you love it. Player empowerment. These owners have too much power. These owners, they have too much power over these players. They're flexing their power. John Wall wanted out of DC, then said he didn't want out of DC, got ripped. He's done nothing but great things for DC. I'm from the DC metro area. He's done nothing but great things for DC. Cancer research, cancer kids in hospital. Do we not forget about him breaking down in tears a year and a half ago after a game because one of the little girls, I think she's like 7 or 6 years old, had died from cancer that he had become really good friends with? Because he continued to go see her and visit her in the hospital on his own time. NBA didn't tell him he had to do it. His sponsorships didn't tell him he had to do it. His agent didn't tell him he had to do it. He did it because he wanted to go do it. But he went out of DC, he gets ripped. That's one thing about the NBA that kind of pushes and drives me away. It's such a subjective game. It's such a subjective game as far as officiating, fans, columnists, broadcaster, sports talk radio, sports talk TV. It's so subjective. And it really does kind of push me away sometimes. Because at the end of the day, I sit and I go, man, you guys going to just keep it a buck or what? Are we just going to flip-flop for who we like? The opinions are for who we like it, then we say different shit. That's why I love football. Football, at the end of the day, you got to buckle that chin strap. You got to strap on them shoulder pads. It's man on man, mano y mano. You can't hide in football. You got to put them pads on. Let's go. That's why I love boxing. You can't run in boxing. You got to get in the ring one-on-one, throw them punches, sling them things, either knock out or get knocked out, win on points or lose on points. Bottom line. There's no running. I'm not a big Mayweather guy. And I understand how some people go, well, he doesn't fight anymore. He kind of runs and go, well, chase him and punch him then. I mean, that's I'm being real. Chase him and punch him then. If he's running, chase him down. Figure out a strategy to chase his ass down, punch him, knock his ass out. But Giannis decided yesterday that he didn't want to be part of the AAU NBA. He didn't want to be part of the storyline of, oh, Golden State's going to go after him. The Lakers are going to go after him. Last week, 2 weeks ago, when Anthony Davis signed his deal and LeBron signed his extension, all the talk in LA radio was they did it so they could possibly go after Giannis next year. You serious? You going to put AD, LeBron, and Giannis all on the same team? We already had to deal with the Heatles. Then we already had to deal with LeBron, Love, and Kyrie, which are the 3 of the top 5 players in the Eastern Conference, all on the same team for the second time. You come to LA, you don't like all the players here, you ship them all off, you bring in AD, so now you got 2 of the top 5 or 6 players in the league again on the same team. You get 4 months off, you go into the Mickey Mouse bubblegum bubble, win a championship, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, he's the GOAT again. Really? Let's not forget, just a summer ago, let's not forget, people, just a summer ago, they were trying to get Kawhi Leonard to come play with LeBron and AD. Let's not forget that. They were trying to get Kawhi Leonard to come play with LeBron and AD for the Lakers. Giannis said, you know what? I'm going to do something that's called loyalty. I'm going to stick with the team that drafted me, the team that took a chance on me, the team that I grew with, small market. Giannis Antetokounmpo yesterday saved the NBA for now. Good friend of mine, good mentor of mine, good business partner of mine, a colleague of mine, I should say, not business partner, colleague of mine, Rob Parker was on The Odd Couple on Fox Sports Radio yesterday, and he said that he saved the NBA. I say he saved the NBA for now. Because there'll be other younger players that come up and want to rip and run and go run and play with everybody and stack teams to try to get easy championships. There's nothing more irritating to me in sports than someone who wants to get it easy. I like the guys that want to go hard. I like the guys that want to go through hell with gasoline draws on over broken glass with no shoes on and half a foot to win a championship. I like those guys. Most of us live that life, don't we, people? What's going on, everybody in there? Bonnie Chambers, what's going on, Mama? How you doing, Bonnie? Good fan on the Michael Collier morning show. She's always over there showing some love. And then Carla Blackberry also joined, too. Let me wave at you on IG. Appreciate everybody joining on my live right now. VJ's of Sports Like Conduct. Live on IG, YouTube, Spreaker.com, and iHeartRadio. But when you think of just your life, right? A lot of us live a hardcore life. We may not all come from the hood. We may not all come from the ghetto. We may not be eating ramen noodles for dinner and Spam sandwiches and living on nickels and dimes. But at the end of the day, when you really do look at the way the system is set up and the way that we have to live day to day in our life, sometimes it feels like hell with gasoline drawers on over broken glass with no shoes on with half a foot. Only 1% of this country is rich. Only 0.4% of this country is what I would consider wealthy. A lot of us are trying to figure out how to get the Christmas gifts, how to be able to have a New Year's Eve night. Where are we going to go? Not now because of COVID, but I'm talking about in previous years in your life. You guys haven't had trouble trying to figure out how you're going to get the Christmas gifts for your kids? How you going to get the Christmas gift for your girlfriend, to keep your girlfriend happy or to keep your wife happy? Just to buy one gift. How you got to pay for lunch for your kids, school clothes for your kids, new sneakers, football equipment, soccer equipment, baseball equipment, the little ballerina outfit for little TT. TT's got a recital, girl. TT got a recital, girl. I got to figure out how to get this outfit and get this little tiara for him. You have to figure things out in life, right? It's tough. But most of your friends respect you more. Most of your family members respect you more. Most of your colleagues and your neighbors respect you more. Because the hard is what makes it great. If it was easy, everybody would do it. That's why everybody in the NBA tries to go jump and form super teams, because it's easy. It's hard to stay in Milwaukee. Have you been to Wisconsin? Have you been to Milwaukee? It's cold. It's cold between October and March. It snows. It's ice. The wind chill is 0. It's like Chicago. It's hard to want to go play for the Bulls as a free agent right now. It is. Not that the franchise sucks. The franchise is up and coming. They're trying to get back on their feet. But they're gone past the days of Jordan, Paxson, Pippen, Rodman, Phil. They're past those days. You got to sell me to come to Chicago. It's cold. To come play for the Bears, it's cold. It's cold as shit between October and March. And sometimes even into early April. You got to sell me on that. You have to sell me on Los Angeles. I live in Los Angeles. You have to sell me on this. I'm looking out my window right now. You guys should see the high is 73 today. It's December 16th. The high is 73 degrees today, people. You don't have to sell me on this. You can smoke all the weed you want out here. You can go sit outside in November at brunch. You don't have to go sit in traffic to go watch the Rams. You don't have to go sit in traffic to go watch the Chargers. I can go watch the game at a sports bar with the windows open or half the restaurant walls missing and pushed open and slid open so we can sit outside and enjoy this beautiful sunny weather and watch football. I don't have to go sit in traffic all bundled up in Cleveland with long johns and thermals on and earmuffs and gloves and a hoodie and a scarf around my face to go watch the Packers. You got to sell me. You got to sell me on Milwaukee. And Giannis decided, I don't want to do it that way. I don't want to go run to the Warriors. I don't want to go team up with Steph and Klay and Draymond, who already have 3 championships. I don't want to go team up in Brooklyn with Kevin Durant, who already has 2 championships, 2 MVP in the finals. Kyrie Irving, one of the top point guards of this generation. I don't want to go down to Miami. They lose to Miami in the playoffs. What's all the talk? Come down to Miami. Come down to Miami. Come join Jimmy Butler. Come join Tyler Hero. Come join Bam Adebayo, Pat Riley, Eric Sports. No, come join us. We beat you. Come join us. Or if you can't beat that team, get some, whisper to some other guys in the offseason and let's go play here so we can monopolize the league. My main reason for not being a LeBron guy is for exactly what he did with leaving Cleveland. People can tell me all they want to tell me, all the shit you want to say. I understand Barkley was loyal to a fault, doesn't have a ring. That doesn't stop me from knowing Charles Barkley is one of the greatest 50 players of all time in this league. You don't have to be the GOAT, people. Everybody can't be the GOAT. Dan Marino doesn't have a Super Bowl ring, and I had Richmond Webb, 7-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro left tackle on my show for 50 minutes yesterday, who was drafted to protect Dan Marino. Told some of the greatest Dan Marino stories and Dolphin stories yesterday. And you guys all see Kobe Bear back here. with the Dolphin gear on. Y'all know how I rock and how I gets down. Dan Marino has 0 Super Bowl rings. You gonna try to tell me Dan Marino's not a top 5 quarterback of all time with 0 Super Bowl rings? You really gonna try to sit and tell me that? If you had a son and you had 5 quarterback tapes to put on to groom your son as a quarterback, you're gonna leave out Dan Marino? If I had a son and I needed to show an undersized guy with long arms and big hands, undersized kid with long arms and big hands, how you could still be effective in the NBA over a span of scoring 20,000, 25,000 points in the league, you're going to try to tell me Charles Barkley's not a top 3 or 4 tape you're going to put on? You're doing your son a disservice. You're doing your kid a major disservice. The blessed one said, I love my boy Charles Barkley. You already hear some of my intro. I call myself the Blue-Eyed Barkley. I was Barkley when I played. I was undersized, but I have long arms. I have big hands for look at these bad boys. I got big hands. I'm only 6'2". But in high school, they used to call me Barkley. I could shoot the 3. I was a chuckwagger. I was a thick dude. I could get the rebound. I didn't have a lot of handle, but I played hard. And I was a great rebounder. I still if I go out to the court right now and play, I'm going to still get on a game to 11, 5-on-5, I'm getting 5 boards. And I'm 43 years old. I'm getting 5 boards. I'm blocking 2 shots. I'm playing hardcore defense. People forget Charles Barkley took a Phoenix Suns team that none of those guys will ever sniff the Hall of Fame. And most of them never sniffed an All-Star game other than Kevin Johnson. He took them to the finals. He ran into Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Just like Carmelo ran into Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Just like John Stockton ran into Michael Jordan and the Bulls. Reggie Miller, Patrick Ewing, Gary Payton, Sean Kemp, Clyde Drexler. You want me to keep going? It doesn't take anything away from Barkley. The one thing is, he ain't got no ring. The joke's really old. It really is. It's old. I get why the TNT guys do it. That's fine. But the joke's really old. It doesn't diminish your greatness because you don't have rings. But of course, you can't be the GOAT if you don't have rings. You got to win something. Serena Williams is not only the greatest female tennis player of all time, she's the greatest tennis player of all time. Why? Because she wins so goddamn much. And she's dominant. Tiger Woods is the greatest golfer. I know old white people want to hold on to Jack. Good old Jack, the bear. The bear. We hold on to the bear. Tiger Woods is the greatest golfer of all time. Stop it. And he's got a tournament coming up next week that he's playing with his son. Yeah, he had his little slip up. Elon took the golf clubs to the Cadillac and he crashed the shit. And 47 hoes he was messing with all came out, talked about all he was buying was a Subway sandwich and wouldn't spend no money on him. You wasn't complaining when you was begging him in the tents at the Masters after he was winning. You weren't complaining about that Subway sandwich then. You was down for that foot long back then. Oh, did I just do that? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. You was down for that foot long then. I think so much of sports talk TV and sports talk radio in today's age, and that's what I'm trying to fix with Vesson, is get back to pure sports talk. Stop the bullshit. Stop the pandering. And the pom-pom pushing, and the man fanning, and yes, I'll say, all the dick riding. Stop it. The unnecessarily dick riding. You can like a guy. I'm a Kobe guy. You guys know Kobe's my GOAT. And that's not going to change. Did he fuck up in Colorado? Yep. Did he fuck up by mentioning Shaq's name? Yep. Did he take a bunch of bad shots in his career? Yes. He also took a bunch of great shots, too. He's the best bad shot maker in the history of the game. Nobody's hit more bad shots than Kobe Bryant. But he took a bunch of bad shots. You see how I did that, people? You see how I could admit that? You see how openly I could admit that? Did Dan Marino force a few passes in when he probably shouldn't have at critical points in his career and in games? Yes, he did. Regardless of whether he had to do so much to win the game. People do that with Russell Wilson. Well, he turns the ball over so much because he feels like he's got to win the game. Every damn quarterback's got to win the game, dumbasses. Don't bring me that shit. because you want to try to pump up Russell Wilson because he fits the image of what you believe and white media, especially middle-aged white male media, believe what a black quarterback should be and look like and the way he should act and conduct himself? Fuck out of here. He's got a Super Bowl ring. Yeah, that Super Bowl belongs to that defense. If you guys can say, well, Kobe rings belong to Shaq, well, goddamn it, then Russell Wilson's Super Bowl ring belongs to Percy Harvin in the defense. Go back and watch the game. Go back and watch the game. Nobody said Seattle's going to beat the Broncos because of Russell Wilson. No, they said Seattle's going to beat the Broncos because of that defense. Russell Wilson wasn't mentioned. It was Beast Mode, Marshawn Lynch, and it was all about that defense. And I say all that to bring it back to Giannis because he saved the NBA yesterday. But for now, there's going to be another guy. I don't know who it is. You got Devin Booker that's got a max deal right now down in Phoenix. You got Damian Lillard up in Portland. Damian seems like a guy that's loyal to Portland. Portland, to me, to be honest with you, they're really right there. They just got to stay healthy. Nurkic just hurt again. And you can see in the bubble, in the Mickey Mouse bubble last year, he ran out of gas. He hadn't played for almost a year. Remember, he had just got back in March, right when they stopped the season. He had already been out. He had just got back when they stopped the season. It's hard to run up and down the court time and time again. Then, real talk, black people gonna feel me on this. Then his grandmama died. I'm gonna look at my IG when I say that. Then his grandmama died. Come on. Your grandmama died right now, you be fucked up. My grandmama died right now, I'm done. Nobody better not say nothing. I'm Mitch. Grandmama died right now, I'm Mitch and paid in full. Anybody I hated on you? Anybody that owe me money? Yo, like, somehow my grandmama right now, I'm Mitch from Paid in Full. And this man is trying to play, knowing his grandmama just passed, almost being off the court after a year. I think Portland's right there. I really do. Melo lost another 8 pounds. I watched the preseason game the other night. Well, about 3/4 of it. I watched about 3/4 of the Portland game. I was up late. I was studying. I was working on my English composition paper that I'm writing on Charles Woodson, the greatest defensive back of all time, mind you. That's actually the name of the paper. The name of the paper is Charles Woodson, Secondary's GOAT. Y'all gotta love that title. Like, I am creative as shit. I'm turning into a really good writer. Sorry to Barry Horowitz right now. WWE reference for my 80s babies right there. Sorry to Barry Horowitz right now. But I'm turning into a dope-ass writer. It's my degree is really helping me. And right now, the blessed one, real quick, she said, I'm sad thinking, you feel me, Ma, right? Could you go play an NBA game with your grandmama that raised him? It was his grandmother that raised him back, I want to say, to Ukraine. I don't want to get the country wrong and offend anybody, but not that I really give a shit about it. I'm a stand-up comedian, so I don't give a shit about offending people, but I do want to get people right where they come from. So I think Yugoslavia or the Ukraine for Nurkic. Look that up for me, Bonnie. I see you still in the show. Look that up for me, Bonnie Chambers, real quick, sweetheart. I appreciate you. But you got guys like Damian Lillard that has really been loyal. I think a guy like Jason Tatum would probably stay in Boston most of his career. Kyrie wanted to be loyal to Cleveland. He just couldn't stand LeBron's ass anymore. And he put the writing on the wall and showed people. There's two rings that LeBron has that I think just really overvalues the way people talk about him. And it's the one with Cleveland and then the one this year. And it just shows that if you bitch and cry, piss and moan enough, he bitched and cried, pissed and moaned, and got Draymond suspended. And I know they were down 3-1 at that point, and Draymond and them still had a chance. But once I tell sports guys this all the time, don't try to act like, oh, momentum. She the baddest bitch in the game. I don't want to misspeak, but she is. I'm not trying to be vulgar, but she is the baddest bitch in the game. She ain't got no loyalty. Hold on, I got a call coming in, but hold on, my caller, don't say anything. Just hold on, I'm putting you on mute right now. Let me get through this. But she's the baddest bee in the game, and people need to stop acting like momentum is not huge in sports. And when Draymond got suspended, and the league waited 2 days to announce it, it just took the air It took the air, not to mention Andrew Bogut gets hurt. Go back and watch games 1, 2, and 3. How many points were Cleveland scoring in the paint? Bogut hurts his knee, done for the series. Now the paint's wide open. And Draymond's missing one game, so the paint's really wide open. Oh, yeah, by the way, LeBron had 42, Kyrie had 40 that following game with nobody in the paint. I believe Cleveland had like 53 points in the paint that game. Go look it up. The point I'm making is there's something to be said for loyalty and not always thinking that perception is reality. The perception is you got to go to a big market to win. That's not true. We have talked this so much. It's almost like Donald Trump. If you say it enough and you say it enough times, people will believe you. If you say it enough and say it enough times, people will believe you. If you say you can't win in a big market, players will start to believe it and think they have to leave these markets. New Orleans, Anthony Davis is a sucker, okay? I've said it before. Because you weren't so unhappy the prior season to acting like a little girl and wanting to get out of there and letting LeBron and them infiltrate your mind, fire your agent, hire Rich Paul, will get you to LA. They had just swept Portland. As the underdog. They were the underseed. They were the lower seed. And they swept Portland out of the playoffs. There weren't a problem then. Could you imagine him and Zion right now? You could be playing with Zion. And your ring that you won is always going to be questioned, bro. They win it again this year. I got no beef. They go through a regular season and there's no stoppage and no interruptions for 4 months. I got no rap. I'll let it ride. I will clap and say, all right, I give him that. I give him that ring. 4 months off, kiss my ass. 4 months off, especially for a guy whose excuse when he loses is, oh, he ran out of gas. Biggest front runner, biggest hot dogger in sports. I've never seen anybody when things are great, flexing, moving his head. Come on little ass Austin Rivers. You gonna turn around and flex on Austin Rivers? It's the same guy that let Nasir Muhammad push his ass down on the court when Nasir Muhammad was 40 and he was 27. And you let Nasir Muhammad push your ass down on the court and lay on the floor holding your face and shit for 5 minutes. Come on, bro. I'm just not that dude. I don't fall for the okie doke. I never have. I never will. And I still won't to this day. I judge sports for exactly what I see, what goes on. I don't let the media tell me what to think. I don't let sports talk guys tell me what to think. I don't let sports talk TV tell me what to think. I don't let ESPN tell me what to think. I don't let Fox Sports tell me what to think. NBC Sports, CBS Sports, Big Ten Channel, Longhorn Network. And I'm not saying anything negative about these networks. I just don't let these networks come on TV and sit on the sofa and go, oh, wow, if they saying it, oh, okay, bet, word. Oh, ESPN said this is the top 50 players. Who are you? We're going on just your word now? Giannis saved the NBA for now. Everybody that was mad at Durant for doing what he did, all he did was took what LeBron did, and he just upped the ante. Let me just take my call just real quick, man. You're live right now, VJs on Sportsmanlike Conduct. What's your beef? Yo, my caller, you there?
Hello.
Yeah, you're live right now, VJs on Sportsmanlike Conduct. What's your beef, baby? Talk to me.
Honestly, brother, I was just calling. I was calling to check on you, see how everything was going. I hear you on the show and everything like that. I tuned into the show yesterday, so just really just telling you I'm proud of you. I see you over here working. You putting out crazy content right now. I'm putting out crazy
Man, hey, do you got anything on the
thing.
Giannis topic for me, baby? That's what we told. We talking about Giannis with the Supermax. Holla at me. You got something on Giannis?
Giannis, all right, so I'll say this about Giannis. I think Giannis took the bread and he's staying loyal to Milwaukee, which I think is a beautiful thing. I think a lot of the problems with a lot of the career changes of people and athletes and fans is they leave, especially in basketball, man. When you're in a part of a city and you're part of the movement of that city, you can't just leave. So I think Giannis staying is a great thing. They better get that boy some help, though, because he's young, he's powerful, and he's explosive now. Still need to work on that 18-foot jump shot needs to become automatic if he's going to be what everybody says Giannis is supposed to be. That 18-footer has got to be super official at his size, man, because at his size, people are handling the ball and shooting the ball extremely well. But they also got to give him some help. Chris Middleton cannot be your next best thing after Giannis. It can't work like that. It cannot work like that, especially the way the NBA set up. It's LeBron's league still, and unless you got some super explosive all-stars, you're in trouble, and it's been proven.
Well, I've been saying that about Middleton. I'm a Pistons fan. I watch Pistons, and I appreciate the call, man. I appreciate you. I got to move on to the show. I love you. I'll hit you up later, bro.
Take care, man.
All right. And I've been saying that about Chris Middleton. Everybody, the call line's wide open, guys. 860-614-8257. I see everybody in the chat. Listen, y'all ball fans, or if you want to jump on, just ask to be invited on to the, ask to be invited and brought on. And I will definitely, Be More Miss says, why are my comments off? I have no idea, sweetheart. That's on, that's Miss Nicety. She wants to know, why are my comments off? I have no idea, sweetheart. That's not on my end. Check your settings. I leave the comments open for everybody, honey. So that's not on me. If you want to jump in, just tell me you want to be added into the show and come in. I got somebody that wants to be added in now, so we'll bring her in and we'll see what she's talking about. Don't come in weak, guys. You see, you feel my passion this morning. You know how I do my show. Let's go. If you're going to come in, let's talk some real sports. But I've been talking about Chris Middleton, and I've been talking about, I'm a Pistons fan. I watched the Pistons draft Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton's not a number 2, guys. I'm sorry. He's not. He's a 3. He's not a number 2. Now, they get Drew up there. They get Holiday up there, and Holiday is legit. So right now we bring it in. We got Bonnie Chambers. Of course, Bonnie got just the Y. She ain't got the full Wi-Fi. Bonnie got just the Y. Her shit toggling already. Talk to me, mama. You're live on VJs on Sportsmanlike Conduct. What you got for me on this Giannis thing and just the NBA as a whole? Holla at me.
I think Giannis should be going ahead and do new tricks because, you know, he like you said, he's tall. His height. He should be going ahead and do the free throws. You know, I feel like they should pass the ball. Yeah. Period, point blank.
Who you talking about? Giannis needs to work on his free throws?
Yes.
Okay, that's true. He does. I like what I like what the previous caller said too. I think Giannis does need to add that 18-footer, but the mid range is such a lost art in basketball. I love Steph. I really do. I'm a Vanilla brother. So y'all already know how the big Vanilla gets down. I got to ride with the Vanilla brothers. I'm the president of the Vanilla Brothers Coalition of America. When Prince died, Prince left it over to me. His soul came down at night. I was laying in my bed, real shit. I was laying in my bed and this purple haze started just glowing and flowing like a silk sheet over my bed on the ceiling. And I looked up and Prince came and spoke to me. And Prince was like, I'm going to need a favor from you. I was like, okay, well, what's the deal? I'm going to need you to take over. I'm going to need you to be the next voice and the next face of the Vanilla Brothers Coalition. Can you handle that? I was like, I got you, my nigga. I got you. So Prince turned that over to me. So I love Steph. Yeah, I love Steph.
He need to go ahead and do the prep. He need to go ahead and prep his game up. He need to have a fat, you know, as they say, every dog needs to find new tricks, but he need to be that dog to find new tricks up his sleeve because he need to utilize his height first and foremost.
Okay.
And what's his name? LeBron James. He need to stop being a crybaby. There's no crying in no dang on basketball. No crying. That's all he do is cry.
All right, Jimmy Dugan.
There's no crying in basketball.
All right, Jimmy Dugan. I appreciate you, Bonnie. I'm gonna move on. Thank you for the love and I appreciate the support, man. How was the show how was the Michael Carter show this morning?
Beautiful.
Okay.
It's cold, but it was beautiful.
I know, it is cold.
So you missed me.
Nah, they miss me. They miss me. They need to have sports on every day. They just got me on Monday through. I just come on Monday through Friday. They need me. I need to be on talking sports for 5 minutes every day. There's a lot that happens between Monday and Friday.
That's the words out of my mouth. Yes, they need that.
They need that every day.
Every single day. I'm gonna put that to Michael Carter here.
Well, you need to make sure put that in the chat. Put that in the chat box over on the show. I appreciate you. Enjoy the rest of your day, mama.
I sure will.
All right, Black Queen.
Salute, my bro.
Thank you. Oh man, Miss Bonnie Chambers.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, Miss Bonnie Chambers stepping in. We got somebody that's just walking up in the studio looking all crazy right now, about to try to write a note to me or something. Speak out loud. Don't write no shit down. What's going on?
11.
What time is it?
10.
Okay. Go ahead. You good?
You be on for like
No, I'm straight. Anyway, so I love what Giannis did, and he needs to add the mid range. The mid range is a lost art in the game, and it's been shown with the 3-point shot. Trae Young can hit it, Steph can hit it, and like I said, there's two vanilla brothers I mess hard with, but it has, in my opinion, it has hurt the mid range game in the NBA. Because now kids will not take a mid-range. I was just on texting my older brother, who is a basketball trainer in Virginia, and I'll read you guys the text. I told him he needs to work on some more live videos, instructional videos. The two first videos I told him he needs to do, example one, is the mid-range pull-up. You see it right there. That's the first thing I told him to make a video for training. And the second one was breaking the press dribble. Because kids can't break the press anymore. Teams don't press. If I coach basketball, I press. I'm going back to Nolan Richardson. And I'm giving you guys some history right now who don't know about Nolan Richardson. I'm giving you some Nolan Richardson, Arkansas college basketball history. They called it 40 minutes of hell. There's actually an ESPN 30 for 30 about it. They pressed all game long, and they ran fast break all game long. It was called 40 minutes of hell, 2 20-minute halves. And if you can't dribble or break the press, that's why they won a national championship, beating the UCLA team that was favored. But Nolan Richardson and Arkansas won that game because they could just press the hell out of the ball. And the mid-range jump shot back then on the fast break, the secondary break, the guy that's getting to the hoop and there's two defenders, bounce pass back to the guy at the 12-foot mark. Look at it. Look at the form. Look at the form. Look at the elbow. Look at the elbow. Look at that. Y'all see I got my hoop up. Y'all see I got the Kobe. Look, Kobe. I call it the Kobe elbow. Elbow to the rim. Elbow to the rim. Bucket going in. But the first thing I text him today is one of your first example videos needs to be the pull-up mid-range. Because nobody does it. Nobody guards it. These guys in the league in college today, they have no idea how to guard it. They either run to the three-point line to run you off the three-point line, or they sink back to try to stop you from getting a layup or a dunk. Nobody stops the ball at the free throw line, or at the dotted line, or at the third high box for what do you call that line where you stand for the free throw, but the third line that's up, that's right below the free throw line. Nobody stops to defend that. Pull-up jumper right there all day long. You can get 8 points a game on that shot right there in today's basketball. If you average 22, you can average 30. If you average 20, you can average 28. If you average 10, you can bump up to 18. If you added a mid-range shot to your game, if Giannis adds a mid-range shot to his game, but everybody's like, well, he's got to work on his three. He's got to work on the three. Tim Duncan never had a three. He scored over 25,000 points in his career. Go figure. Go figure, right? Sean Kemp played a power forward position. Sean Kemp never had a three. He seemed pretty fine to me. Played on the USA Olympic team, won a gold medal, was an all-star, a perennial all-star, got to an NBA Finals with Gary Payne. Gary Payne wasn't a great three-point shooter. I'll give you 3 point guards that weren't great three-point shooters that all won championships except for one. But they are considered the 3 greatest point guards of all time. Magic Johnson shot 30% from the three. Isaiah Thomas shot 29.8% from the three. Allen Iverson shot 30% from the three. You telling me that those guys aren't perennial Hall of Famer, all-time great players? They didn't have a 3-point shot. But the mind manipulation, if you say it enough times, once again, if you say it enough times, people will fall for it. Gotta have a 3-point shot. Giannis has got it. No, he doesn't. He's got to work on his free throws, and he's got to add a mid-range. Who can stop Giannis on? You already can't stop him when he's going full force. And the thing is, we build the wall. We build the wall for Giannis. That's what teams say. We build a wall for Giannis. Not a problem. Giannis adds that mid-range. Now when Giannis, the Greek freak, so on a fast break, those long strides, and now instead of taking the big long steps and the Euro steps with the ball, he just pulls up, cash money. Giannis on the fast break. Here comes onto the coop up, pull up, 18-footer, cash money. Cash money. Put the mid-range back. Where the hell is the Rip Hamiltons at when I'm talking right now? Where's the Jesus Shuttlesworths when I'm talking right now? You gotta have that mid. Nobody, best big man mid-range jumper, Kevin Garnett, the big ticket. Kevin would post your ass, then turn and face you. Fall away mid-range cash money. Stop it. Stop it with this three-point shot. He needs to add this and add that. Out of here with that. No, he doesn't. He's doing just fine. He adds a mid-range. And listen, this is what the mid-range will do. If he adds a mid-range, what do shooters say when they're off? What do shooters say? You just got to see the ball go in. It helps at the free throw line, helps with your jump shot, helps with the three. You've heard shooters say this a lot. You just have to just see one go in. If Giannis starts to add a mid-range, real quick, what part of his game do you think that'll help? The free throw line. And we all agree Giannis needs to improve on the free throw line, correct? Correct. That'll help his game. If he adds a mid-range, it will help improve his free throw shooting. And now he's unstoppable. And once again, Giannis saved the NBA, but only for now. There's going to be another James Harden once out. And, of course, the team, I want to go to a contender. God, the NBA player mentality is so soft. And I'll keep saying this, and I'll say it to the end of the day, to the day that I die, to the day that I'm not doing sports talk anymore. This is all LeBron James is doing. This is all his doing. He wanted to be the GOAT so bad, he cheated the game. He cheated the competitive balance of basketball to do it. And he knew that all his minions, all his little, the little minions from that movie, Despicable Me, go look that up, man. That's some satanic devil shit, too, just to let y'all know. That's got your kids playing with these little minions. These little zombie, I call them zombie-ites. Night of the Living Dead. I scare my son when I do the brains. My son be scared as hell. Now, I did it the other night, because normally he gets scared and he clutches onto me, and it's a way I could get him to go to sleep at 3 o'clock in the morning. But the other night, he looked at me and just started laughing. I said, nigga, that's supposed to scare you and put you to sleep. Now you like it? But all these all these zombie-ites, all these minions, all these Night of the Living Dead fans out here, Twitter, this thing right here is ruined sports. It's ruined sports talk because everybody could tweet something and think they know what the hell they're talking about, but couldn't go sit in the studio and actually conduct the show for 15 minutes. Couldn't pull off a 15. It's like I said about internet comedians. The video guys, the internet video. Yeah, there's a few that's done well. A few. Most of them couldn't go into a nightclub and hold 10 minutes on the stage in a packed nightclub. Not even a packed room, just in an empty 5, 6, 7. I've done clubs, guys, with 8 people. I did a club one night where the only people that were in the club was my family members, and they were in LA visiting from New Jersey. Dead ass serious. And I hosted a show, and I went in there like it was 3,000 people in that room and smashed it. I have video proof. I record every show that I do, so can't nobody be like, he wasn't funny. Nah, I'm funny. I'm pretty damn funny. But this is all, this NBA AAU mentality is all LeBron James' fault. And his fan base does not help it. These blowhards, these overpaid blowhards on TV do not help it. This ring was the hardest ring ever because of what they had to deal with in the bubble. What do you mean? No flights, no travel, just go play, go back to your room, go play, go back to your room, go play, go back. These guys been doing that through camps their whole childhood. This ain't nothing new to them. Now y'all want to make it all new. I don't believe the NBA has 0 COVID tests. Shout out to the NBA. 0 COVID tests in 3 months. Yeah, right. The NBA, like I told y'all yesterday about the NFL is going to get this season in. They're going to play all 256 games. They're going to play all their playoff games. They're going to play their damn Super Bowl. They're going to play their Pro Bowl. They're not going to lose this money. You think the NBA would have stopped in the bubble if a COVID test came out? Because they would have had to stop because you're in a bubble. So it's not like you're out. The NFL playing without a bubble, to me, honestly, if you ask me, that's smart. It was super smart because if a COVID test comes out, you can go, well, he got to go isolate. We gave you guys extra practice squad players this year. Next man up. Let's go. Oh, by the way, yeah, we'll move the game for you, no problem. And we'll give the fans a little, here you go, little holiday sprinkles for you. We're going to give you a Tuesday night game. Oh, not only that, we're going to give you a Wednesday night NFL game too. How about that? We'll give you a Tuesday night NFL game, and then we're going to do something that's never been done in the history of the NFL. We're going to give you a Wednesday night game. What the hell can you watch on a Wednesday night in October after baseball season, playoffs, and World Series? And if it's the World Series, it may not be a Wednesday night game. It could be a Monday, Tuesday game, 1 and 2. Then you got to skip third Wednesday to fly to the next city. Then you get a Thursday, Friday. Wednesday night NFL, yes. Inject that into my veins. Fuck signing me up for it. Inject that into my veins, please. The NFL's going to get these games in. The NBA, when they decided to go do that bubble, trust me, the powers that be, when there's no microphones and cameras around, trust me, in their head, they're like, no, we're getting this season completed. We need this season completed for various reasons. The money, LeBron was one of the first guys on the corporate call, and we're ready to go. Yeah, I bet you are. You have 4 months off, dude. You're not fooling me. You make it fool everybody. You ain't fool. Let's see how it goes this year with a 4. Now they're bitching. Oh, they're starting it too early. Hold up, though. You just had all this energy. You was ready. Now all of a sudden it's push it back to January. Man, look. Y'all make too much money to be bitching like this. Dead serious. Especially in this time right now with a pandemic. There's a lot of people out here who don't have a job. Who have $0 coming in and flowing in. They have zero money coming and flowing in. And you complaining about getting back out here and balling? Looks fine to me. I've dipped in on some preseason games. The rookies just got drafted. LaMelo Ball looks fine to me. He looks ready to play to me. I watched a little bit of Portland the other day. Carmelo looks ready to play to me. Dave looks ready to play to me. Did you guys see John Wall the other night? John Wall looks ready to play to me. But you got some, oh man, it's too early. Yeah, man, nobody respects that bullshit-ass bubblegum Mickey Mouse championship. That's why nobody's celebrating it. It's just funny how 2020 really worked out. You had the Dodgers play 60 games and win the World Series, but they've had 2 previous shots in full seasons, had a Game 7 at home and couldn't get the shit done. You want me to praise you for a 60-game championship? LeBron had the Lakers at the number 4 seed, got hurt. They fell a little bit. Then, well, yeah, I'm too hurt. I'm not going to come back and play. Yeah, this is a little much. I'm not going to come back and play. They missed the playoffs. If they were out of contention, he wouldn't have been so thirsty to come back to the bubble. I've said this many a times before. Y'all can call me a hater. If you don't know by now, I don't give a rat's ass. I don't care. Call me. I've been called worse than that by better people. The people that say, you got to get the hate out your heart. I'm going to tell you this. Next person tell me that, I'm going to go off on you. The next person come at me like that with as much as I support and as much love as I show to certain people, I'm going to go off on you. I ain't going to play nice about it. Dead serious. I'm going to give you a piece of my mind. As old G's would say, I'm going to give you a piece of my mind, sucker. Hey, listen here, young blood. That's when you know you pissed the old dude off is when he call you sucker and young blood. Hey, let me tell you something, sucker. That's like calling you a B. That's like the B word. That's serious stuff. Shout out to my man, King. I don't know how to say this. King Janae. King Janae in the building. Thank you for joining the VJs of Sportsmanlike Conduct on my IG live right now. Also live on YouTube and Spreaker.com and iHeartRadio. But I've said this many times before. He ruined the NBA. He ruined the competitive balance of the NBA. And it caused Durant to go do what he did. And listen, I didn't like Durant leaving OKC. But look what's happened, and I predicted that. There's a guy that blocked me on Twitter who talked so much shit to me. You a hater. Russ and Durant, they never leave an OKC. I said, bruh, they out of there as soon as they see the opportunity. And when Durant left, I hit his page up. It came up. I was blocked. I said, God, you people, man. And that's the generation today. Nobody wants to do anything. That's why y'all out here shooting and killing each other. Nobody wants to take an ass whooping and live to fight another day. Rest in peace, Pops. Friday. Debo, Friday. Yo, I was thinking about that. Quick sidebar. And I actually have a picture of it on my phone. Do you guys see the stars we have lost from the movie Friday? Have you guys seen this, man? Pops, Debo, Bernie Mac, Ronaldo Ray, even White Boy Roach from next Friday. I didn't know that not recently, but a short time after next Friday, he committed suicide. I didn't know that. I got the picture up right there. You guys can see that right there on my YouTube, right here on my IG. All these people we've lost from the Friday movies. Just crazy, man. Just crazy. Childhood just being torn apart. Every time I turn around, I feel like my childhood is being torn apart. We're losing 2020, and it started with Kobe in January, like the first month of the damn year. They take Kobe. God. But at the end of the day, I'm going to talk a little more NBA this year, guys. I will admit, and I bang on the NBA enough, but the NBA does have my interest because I do like that a lot of people. I hate Clay is hurt. Mama call him Clay. I'ma call him Clay. I hate that he's hurt because it does hurt Golden State. And it just seems like the stars always align for LeBron. He comes out west and it shows his first year. Yeah, you had a pretty nice team, dog. You had him, people brag. Oh, he had him the 4th seed and the 4th. Yeah, but you also had Brandon Ingram, who also just won Most Improved Player in the league, dropping 20 plus a game. You had Lonzo Ball, and I'm not sure who Lonzo is. I'm really not. As a player, I know who he is. But as a player, I'm not sure who Lonzo Ball really is. I know people wanted him to be Jason Kidd. But real talk, his dad did always say, his baby boy is going to be the one. And with no shoes on, he measured out at 6'7", guys, in the pre-camps. Once he got to Charlotte, they measured him out. He measured out at 6'7". And I'm going to tell you, I'm very, very interested to watch LaMelo Ball play. I might actually get back into 2K. I boycotted 2K over the last 7 years. I have not played 2K basketball in 7 years because it's a bullshit basketball game. And all you suckers, just shows how the generation wants things so easy now. What happened to playing on broadcast view? Everybody plays on 2K view now. Come on, man, that's corny. That 2K view is garbage. You play on broadcast. You play the basketball game the way you see the game. Go all the way back to Double Dribble. How'd you play Double Dribble? And I got Double Dribble. I got a console called the Raspberry that has every Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis game ever made. I have the console. And I goes back and plays me a little Double Dribble back in the day. From back in the day. I played some Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Raynell and I was playing Mario Kart. Her freak came over one night. We was playing Mario Kart. I was playing Mario Kart with her daughter. I played Mario World, Super Mario 1, 2, 3. I played Contra. And just downloaded Contra 2. So I'm going to get me some Contra, Double Dragon, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Super Nintendo joint. I plays all them joints. Fuck a PS5. Y'all can spend $600 all the hell you want. Y'all out y'all damn mind. That is 2 card notes. I'm not buying. I'll wait till they work all the bugs out. And I'm more of an Xbox guy anyway. So if I was to do anything, I'd backtrack to maybe an Xbox One. I'm not buying the new one either. Or somebody I'm gonna have to just trick somebody to get me one or something. Have one of my homies out in the hood that's kind of jacking them joints. Be like, yo, man, you got any of them Xbox joints? Yeah, how much you selling them for? 3? Yeah, let me get one of them joints. My man Luis Estrada chimed in on Lonzo. Big time Laker fan, also a guest, one of the mainstay guests on VJs on Sportsmanlike Conduct here on IG, YouTube, Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio. My man Luis Estrada from Estrada Sports and Spectrum TV, multiple Emmy winner. Got to keep saying that. Fucker. Lonzo has no heart. Too much into being a celebrity like D'Angelo Russell. Has D'Angelo changed, though, now that he's up in Minnesota? Is there a different D'Angelo that's in Minnesota? LA will do that to young people, man. I don't know if you can really blame young athletes for coming to LA. Look at Yasiel Puig. And I called that. I said they're going to trade him. This dude, he was supposed to be up the back. He was at the Playboy Mansion. They was literally at Chavez Ravine. Batting up. Coming up to the plate next from Cuba. Yasiel Puig. They was like, where the hell is he at? He was at the Playboy Mansion. I've seen him in person. He's built like an NFL linebacker. He does not look like a baseball player, guys. Like, dead ass serious. He does not look like a baseball player. He's built like an NFL linebacker. I've seen it with my own eyes. And he got that Dominican, he got that Cubano skin. And all the muscles and shit and smiling, he young, and the man at the Playboy Mansion. Please. You put him out in LA. The Dodgers, and Luis, I know you can check this on me, but the Dodgers had a guy assigned to follow Yasiel to make sure he was at practices, to make sure he was at the stadium on time, to make sure. Listen, I live out here, guys. A lot of distractions. 20 million, 25 million, 30 million in my bank account, and you giving me Los Angeles with all these women that want nothing but attention and bags, and to be able to post their videos sitting by pools and on their IG and on their fans only pages and up in the hills at the mansions with the holding the phone up, poking the lips out, showing around the background. Man, let me tell y'all something, bro. If you not out here and you ain't been out here, you don't know. You don't know. Trust me, it is a different land and it is a different world out here. And when Yasiel Puig was out here, that's too young. Lonzo Ball already got to deal with his daddy wanting to be a celebrity. And then you go put him with the Lakers? That's hard. I mean, look, even Kobe was on Brandy. Even Kobe was doing rap videos and like let's call it real. Who comes out here and doesn't do some extra shit? Why you think LeBron's here? Who don't come out here and do some extra shit? It's a transplant city. Everybody in Hollywood, maybe 5% of them is from Los Angeles. All the real Los Angelinos, they live in the Valley. They live in Palmdale. They live in Glendale. They live in Pasadena. They live in Simi Valley. The hardcore Mexicans that born and raised out here love that type of life. They still in East LA. They gentrified all through Inglewood, Hawthorne, Gardena. They ran all the black people out of there so they could build that stadium. They took all the Section 8 people and ran all the Section 8 people up to Palmdale, an hour and a half away from LA, to make sure you can't come back just on a whim, because we want these white folks and this white money down here for SoFi Stadium. They got the Olympics coming. They got the All-Star Game coming. They got the Super Bowl coming. They got the World Cup coming to Los Angeles, all within the next 6 to 7 years. It's a lot to ask a young athlete to come to LA and keep his head straight. Especially when you see older athletes still going goo goo gaga for Cocoa Puffs out here in Los Angeles. It's a hard deal, guys. It's not easy. So I'm gonna give Ball a pass on that. Luis said in San Fernando, Pacoima, Northridge. Yes, I live 15 minutes from Northridge. I meet people, oh, you from Northridge? No, I'm really from LA, but you know, we moved up here 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. Shout out to I want to make sure I say this right, Monsville, for joining in live, VJs on Sportsmanlike Conduct. Appreciate you joining in live, brother. Or ma'am, I'm not sure. I can't see the profile picture, so I don't know if it's a lady or a female. Another comment here coming in. Somebody's talking about what's cracking. Chambers invited me. Nelly Bebe, what up? Come on in. What's cracking? What's up, Nelly Bebe? Come on in. IG's going to end here soon, guys. And I'm wrapping up the show. IG's got about 20 seconds. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in on IG. Just a quick recap. Giannis signs 5 years, 228. Save the NBA for now. For now. There'll be another player. James Harden has always said, I want to leave and go to a contender. The NBA is soft, but it does have my attention. I want to thank everybody for tuning in live on V. Matter of fact, I'll come right back. If anybody want to jump right back in on the live, actually, nope, that's it for today. Love you guys. So IG's just ended, so I want to thank everybody that did tune in on IG. That was actually a pretty hyped IG right there, man. I had a lot of viewers this morning. I appreciate that love right there. Thank you very much, my peoples. But everybody on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, I'm still live here. Also, on my YouTube page, I'm also still live here. Quick NFL notes before we go. I do got some NFL stuff. I do also have some NFL news and notes that I want to talk about. Some of the games coming up this weekend. I will do another show where I make my picks, but we will just go through some of the lineup this weekend. Playoffs are coming down. Now these games are coming down to playoff standings and playoff positioning. This weekend, my Dolphins have the Patriots at home. Dolphins need this game. There's some injuries going on in Miami with Gesicki and tight end probably going to be out. Devontae Parker has a leg issue, has a calf or a hamstring. There is a good note on that, though. He has not missed a game this year, and he has had some other injury issues, but he's always suited up, taking the shots, doing whatever he's got to do to get onto the field. Jakeem Grant's got some injuries also. Hopefully we get Van Noy back on defense. We will need him. Miami should win this game. The Patriots are not the same Patriots. They've having that type of year. There's no reason why they should come down here and beat us. I know Bill Belichick likes to take away somebody and have somebody else beat them, but we do get a running back. We get Gaskins back at running back this week. Hopefully Parker can play. Like I said, Gesicki is out. Defense, kicking game is still strong. Miami should get that game. Thursday night is the Chargers. Tomorrow night, Chargers and Raiders. The Raiders need this game. This is a division game. This is the Raiders season. Tomorrow night is the is the Las Vegas Raiders season. They've got to win this game tomorrow night if they have any shot at going to the playoffs. They lose tomorrow night, it's another lost season, and they're back to the drawing board for next year for Gruden as the head coach and Mike Mayock as the GM. They got to win this game. And if I'm the Chargers, you're trying to save Anthony Lynn's job. I got a feeling Anthony Lynn is done. I got a feeling that Anthony Lynn is fired after this season, which really sucks because I really don't think that this season is his fault. They've had a shitload of injuries. He has a rookie quarterback. They don't have a steady running game and a steady running back. You lost probably the NFL's top number 3 or 4 defensive player in the league in Derwin James again. This is Derwin James' second season of missing almost a whole season. Second year of almost missing a whole season. So, you're fighting for your job, for your coach's job, and I'm going to be all eyes on that game. I know a lot of Raider fans. I got a lot of friends that are Raider fans. Ray Nell's a big-time Raider fan. I will be completely locked in and tuned into that game. Bills and Broncos. Broncos get a win at Carolina last week. I think people are overjudging the Bills. We'll see what they're really about going on the road, going into some cold weather. That's actually a 1:30 kickoff Pacific time, so it's going to be a late game for Buffalo. It'll be cold. Buffalo's dealt with cold, but there's also the mile-high air there that also affects some players. We'll see which way that goes. Panthers and Packers. Packers should really get that easy at home. They've already sewn up the division. The Niners and Cowboys. It's funny, man. I look at this game, and I come from an era when the Niners and Cowboys were going to Super Bowls, conference championship games, 5-8 and 4-9 for both these teams. Hapless game right there. Seahawks and the Washington football team. Washington football team's got a chance to go to 7-7 and probably finish above 5. Who thought anybody in the NFC East? Raise your hand if you thought anybody in the NFC East was going to finish over 500 for the year. The Washington football team has a chance. Hey, listen, the Giants just went out and beat the Seahawks in Seattle. Seattle's got to come back east. That is an early 10 a.m. start, so it's an early start for Seattle. Washington plays great defense. Chase Young is looking like the player that a lot of people thought he was going to be coming out of Ohio State, and he's going to be chasing Russell Wilson's ass around all day long. And Russell Wilson has not had a good time against great pass rushers this season. Also, too, a lot of playoff implications in that game. Vikings and Bears, both teams are still in it for the playoffs. I don't think either team will make the playoffs, But when you're fighting for the playoffs, who knows? Games in Minnesota, I say you just turn and hand the ball to Dalvin Cook and throw it to Jefferson all day long. They should be able to take care of the Bears. Ravens and the Jaguars. Ravens come off a big win Monday night, scoring 47 points against the Browns. Lamar Jackson did what Lamar Jackson does. Run, touchdown, throw a little bit, get another touchdown in there. Jacksonville is 1-12. They're fighting for Trevor Lawrence, the number 2 pick overall. We'll see where they go there. Gardner Minshew, I said this 2 days ago on the show too. If Gardner Minshew's your quarterback, I think you got to go after the best guy in the draft. At number 2, you take the best player on the board. If Gardner Minshew's your quarterback, if Gardner Minshew's not your quarterback, and there's Hal at quarterback coming out of North Carolina, there's Trask coming out of Florida, and Fields coming out of Ohio State. You got 3 quarterbacks to choose from if you want to make a moving quarterback. Buccaneers and Falcons. Hey, listen, the Bucs should win this game, and the Falcons should lose this game. But that's why they put the shoulder pads and the helmets on and play the game. Lions and Titans. Titans, I think, should probably get this game at home. It's a 10 a.m. start for the Titans there. Texans and Colts. That's a big one, too. Texans are out of the playoffs. They're not going to make the playoffs. Can't make the playoffs at 7-9, especially in that division. They're not going to win that division. So the Texans have been eliminated in the playoffs, I believe. I believe I made the count the other day. There's 27 teams on December 16th. 27 teams that is still eligible for the playoffs this year. And I think there's something to be said for that. Eagles and Cardinals is another big game. The Eagles can still win that division. I'm not sure if the Eagles have been eliminated. They're 4-8-1. If they do, if they win out, they win the next 3, they would have finished at 7-8-1, and if Washington lost their last 3, Washington would finish at 6-10. And the Eagles will win the division. So the Eagles are still alive. And the Cardinals are 7-6. Cardinals need to win. Jets, the bum-ass Jets and the Rams. Jets have no shot. Chiefs and Saints. That'll be a big game. And we're going to see how great Taysom Hill is Tim Tebow 2.0, people. Don't let anything fool you. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. He's Tim Tebow 2.0. Simple as that. Can't throw the foot. He's not a quarterback, okay? And there's some injury news about Drew Brees. Drew Brees, truth be told, he's been hurt the last 3 years. At age is starting to. These guys that think they can play into their 40s, yeah, you can play into your 40s, but can you play into your 40s? The Browns and the Giants, there's a big game, bounce back for the Browns. Browns need this, and especially because the Monday night games, the Steelers and the Bengals, the Browns can still win this division, but I don't think the Bengals at 2-10-1 are going to beat the Steelers. Now, if the Steelers go into Cincinnati and lose that game, all that undefeated shit y'all was talking that I was trying to tell you about over a month ago, all the TV guys now jumping on the Steelers when I was saying the same shit over a month ago. Everything is so reactionary today, and that's something else we want to change with Vesson. We have segments. I have segments that I've written that we will make predictions, and almost like they do on in the NBA, inside the NBA on TNT, they put it on the post-it, and you gotta stick by that. You don't get to wait for some shit to happen and go, oh my god, what's wrong with Pittsburgh? They can't run. They can't throw it well. They try to just get it to Juju Smith. Juju Smith also, too, is a free agent this year. And there are rumors that he likes South Florida. I'm just saying. I watched him in high school out here at Cal Poly. I watched him in college out here at USC. Juju's a free agent. And there was a report that came out yesterday from a beat writer in Florida that he loves South Florida. Could you imagine the Dolphins getting a veteran like that in free agency? At that point, you might not have to spend that one of those first round draft picks that everybody thinks on a receiver. You might be able to say, no, we're going to bring Juju in. We're going to work with what we have here, and we're going to work with Devontae. And that's just going to be what it is. We're going to go fix running back, and then maybe we're going to get another linebacker in this draft. I'm, not saying, just saying. But the Browns at the Giants. Also, too, remember, there were some trades done there. It's a shame that Odell misses this game because it's in New York. No fans, but it's still against the Giants. But also, too, Jabril Peppers was a top draft pick for the Browns. They traded him to the Giants. Giants have a real good defense now. So, and then the Steelers and the Bengals finish it off. So we'll go through more picks and we'll figure it out which way and which way I'm going to go with the picks, but just wanted to touch on some of those games. Also, there is some NBA preseason stuff that has started. I like the way John Wall look. John Wall looks like he has been off for the last 2 years. John Wall looks like that he's ready to assert himself, whether Harden's there or not. And listen, I'll be honest with you. If I'm Houston, I'll move Harden. I'll move him. You're giving me lists of teams you want to go buy. We didn't win with you. Thank you for your service. The strip clubs, I'm sure, are going to miss you. Bye. NBA preseason night, guys. Lakers and the Suns, Trailblazers and the Nuggets, Bulls and the Thunder, Cavs and the Knickerbockers. A game that I might be interested on checking any of those out. How about none of them? Well, you know what? I might dip in on the Laker game. I might dip in on the Lakers on NBA TV because I do want to see what the Suns look like. Not a Chris Paul guy, but I got a feeling that he's going to get them to 50 wins this year. I got a feeling Phoenix might be some. Now, trading Kelly Orby, am I saying that right? Orby Jr. last week, or excuse me, well, actually a few weeks ago, to Golden State does hurt their three-point shooting, but you still have the big rookie Anton. You took number one. You still have Devin Booker. You bring in a point guard like Chris Paul to steady the ship, a veteran like that. That might be a 50-win season. We'll dig a little more into that as the season goes on too. So tomorrow night's loaded. Yeah, Magic and the Hornets, Pistons, and which is also too the Pistons have waived D'Angelo Ball, and his dad came out and said the franchise doesn't know what they're doing. I gave them a lottery pick for free. If it was a lottery pick, then he would have been picked in the lottery, sir. And listen, I like Ball because he's a black man. They got all three of his sons into the NBA, and he got two of them drafted in the top three. You can't hate on that, but the Jello kid, the Mr. Sticky, I call him Sticky Fingers. Mr. Sticky Fingers, still in Gucci shades when you got celebrity money. I never understood that, but he's not a lottery pick. Stop that. Rockets and Spurs, Hawks and Grizzlies, Timberwolves and Mavs, Warriors and Kings. Speaking of the Warriors, oh, by the way, guys, newsflash, Steph Curry's back. If you haven't been watching, like I said, it hurts that Mama call him Clay. I'ma call him Clay is hurt this year. Steph's back though. That's for damn sure. Against the Kings and the Jazz and the Clippers tomorrow night. So, all right, guys, that's the show today. I'm wrapping up, getting out of here. Quick recap. Giannis, appreciate you saving the NBA, but only for now because there'll be another player. And James Harden's always trying to, already talking about what contending teams he wants to go to. So, but appreciate you staying put. And it was a smart move. 5 years, 228. His family, his brothers, all his family back in Greece and Ghana. Everybody good money now, man. He's got generational wealth for a few generations with all the endorsements that he's gonna get. Add a mid-range to that, he'll be the best player in the game. VJ's a Sportsmanlike Conduct. Appreciate everybody that joined in, that was on the IG and all the comments. It's my highest IG live that I've ever had on my show, so I appreciate that. The show is growing. I am almost close, guys. I'm at 19,600 listens and downloads. I'm trying to get to 20K, guys. I might cry because that's a big move for me, guys. And I've taken time off of my show. There was a time I didn't do a show for like 8 or 9 months. I got so sick of radio. I got so sick of sports talk TV. I hated the way it was being done. COVID did bring me back to radio because I lost all my football money. And trust me, I'm feeling it financially. I lost all my football money this year. I haven't got paid for one football game this year, and it hurt. But I think it was God's way of bringing me back to radio. So I appreciate you guys for jumping back in. Hey, I put up my demographics and my geolocations for the listens. I'm getting love from all over the nation. Whoever's in Scooby, Montana, thank you. I've never been to Scooby, Montana. I've never been to Montana. I have no idea who the hell is in Scooby, Montana listening to me, but I appreciate you. Send me a message or something. Inbox me on one of my social medias and let me know who you are. Whoever's in Lafayette, Louisiana, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you guys, man. Check you out tomorrow. I'm doing a show tomorrow. I'll be back on tomorrow. VJ's a Sportsmanlike Conduct, Spreaker.com.